Andy Pritchard and anglers in East Lancashire certainly owe a debt of gratitude to the hard-working members for the habitat work they are doing to improve the local river and stream environment, not only for the fish and the aquatic insect life, but also the wildlife and the waterside birds. You can email troutinthetown@yahoo.com, and two website addresses are www.colnewaterac, all one word, .blogspot.com. The other one is www.colnewaterangling.club.officelive.co. As Andy said, and as I've often said, let's get more youngsters into the countryside doing habitat work, but also let's have more anglers going out and doing some habitat work. Forget fishing one weekend, go out and help the countryside, because you'll help your fishing. And September. Now, what a great month September can be. September's a time of apple and blackberry puddings, collecting fresh mushrooms from the fields and hedgerows if you have permission. And I reckon there's nothing better this month than getting a young rabbit, skinning it and jointing it, then chucking it in a hot skillet at the water's edge and having rabbit for breakfast, along with mushrooms and tomatoes, and if you allowed it, a couple of pieces of bacon. And the great thing about eating rabbit, it's cholesterol-free. It's healthy. If you can't get a young rabbit, have a word with a countryman. He'll probably get you a grey squirrel. Just as good. This month of September, you can have some healthy eating from the ocean. Now's the time to go and fish for the dabs. Probably the sweetest fish that swims in the ocean. They're not very big. 12 ounce to pound dab is a good fish. 2 or 3 of them, you've got a meal fit for a king, or a queen if you're a lady. Another great fish, of course, is the mackerel. And if you're going sea fishing, take a little stove, take a little skillet, get a couple of mackerel straight in, 2 big fillets, chuck them in the skillet, have them just after dawn. You won't find a better way to start the day. Now, we anglers and country lovers are very lucky, really, when you look around you. The amount of countryside we got. Fields and hills and woods and forests and trees. I'm just going to go up to the Highlands of Scotland. My son lives right on the edge of a big loch. I can get up in the morning, walk out the back door, go about 30 yards, cast a fly for a wild brown trout, or I can take a boat out on the loch, go down the bottom end, a row of about 2 or 3 miles, which is excellent exercise, and fly fish for a pike. Or I can walk 3 miles through the forest to a small loch that my Nigel's found of about 3 acres, gin clear with wild brown trout. I consider we anglers are very lucky to have what we have. And remember, all this fishing that's available to us on our rivers and streams and our wild lochs is there because people have fought for it. They've helped clean up the rivers, like Andy Pritchard and his band of happy workers are doing all the time. Not just on a fine, warm, sunny day, but in the depths of winter, when the wind's blowing gale force, when the rain's hammering down. People are still out there, putting up fencing, taking rubbish out of the rivers that some idle person has dumped in. If you're thinking of visiting the coast this month, you're probably going to be fishing the best month of the year. September is a great month. All our summer species of fish are still in the ocean, and a lot of our winter fish have arrived. Probably good chance of codling, but a great chance of bass, big bass, Fylde Coast, Cumbria Coast, North Wales Coast. Once upon a time, you only fished for bass down on the south coast or down in the southwest. But today, we got bass all round the British Isles. A lot of it has come about by global warming. As the oceans have warmed up a little bit, so the bass have moved northwards. And over on the Yorkshire coast, there's some great bass fishing to be had. And I was talking to an army sergeant the other week, and he was telling me of some of the great bass fishing that he's been experiencing. The fishing is there. All we've got to do is go out and do it. Freshwater fishing this month. It's a great time. Chance of big bream, double figure bream. Tench fishing in September is probably as good as it'll ever be during the course of the season. June, we find the tench are fairly easy to catch, but not the big ones. Then, come the middle of July, it gets tough. August is a tougher month still, I find, for tench, but come September, the tench seem to want to get their heads down and start feeding. And you can make some great catches of tench, and the baits for tench, quite simple: sweet corn, gentles, casters, pellets, boilies, lobworms, bread flake, bread crust. Talking of bread crust, if you want to catch a big rudd, £1.5 rudd and above, then all you need is a rod about 12 feet long, some 4-band line, fixed ball reel, a size 10 hook, and a loaf of extra thick sliced bread, and a day ticket for Chewetfield Fishery at Carnforth. And fish floating crust, and you've got a pretty good chance of catching not one good rudd, but perhaps a dozen. And also, this month is the last month when we can go to our rivers or streams to cast a dry fly or a nymph for a brown trout, because the season ends the 30th of September, along with the sea trout. So make the most of this month. I shall be getting in lots and lots and lots of fishing, and taking time out to teach my 2 granddaughters, hopefully, how to catch their first fish. Why don't you take your niece or nephew, granddaughter or grandson fishing? Wherever you're fishing, have some good sport. Join me again next week for more from At the Water's Edge programme, only on BBC Radio Lancashire. It's the best fishing show on the wireless. It's tight line to you all, and bye for now.
Play it again.